Hello everyone, it's the AWAS with a short video review of a skid plate that I purchased for my KLX 300. I had ordered the skid plate before I even bought this bike, knowing I was going to buy it, and upon receival of the bike, it was one of the first things I installed on it. I have about 700 off-road miles now on my KLX 300, and I'll tell you, on a recent event, I slid over a few big rocks on the skid plate, and it had a bunch of rocks also deflecting into it, and it worked great. In fact, still looks brand new, no dings, no dents, just a few scratches, but I'm really happy with how it protected the motorcycle. So what follows is a brief review why I purchased the skid plate, and also just a few installation tips. It's pretty straightforward, but it's a few watch outs that'll hopefully make it easier for you should you be considering the skid plate. And at the end of the video, I also have a brief review on the T-Rex Luggage Rack, which I put on this bike as well. Please give it a like and subscribe if you like this content. Thank you. This is day 2 with my Kawasaki KLX 300, and ordered a skid plate prior to this bike coming in, and I'm gonna install it today. Put the directions here for anyone who's looking to either buy a KLX 300. You can see why I chose this skid plate and what it looks like after and how easy it should be to install. But I chose, after researching different skid plates, the Emperor Racing KLX 1655. It looks like it fits KLX 250S. It also fits the KLX 300R, and it fits the KLX 300, which is my model. So all the things, everything it comes with these two bands to help avoid that rattling sound of metal on metal, made of nice aluminum, thick aluminum. The welds look phenomenal, they look really nice. And it comes with 2 screws and simple directions and a sticker. So that's all you get, but it's a beautiful piece, and a couple reasons why I chose this. First of all, the durability. I'm gonna beat the heck out of it. I know it looks nice, and hopefully we'll get some proper dirt and dings on it. I like this little scorpion design, but even more so these wings that come up and cover both sides of the front of the motorcycle. It protects it pretty well. It also has a nice curve on the front, as you can see here as well. So it comes up and matches up with the frame. So plenty of protection, and the holes are supposed to line up well according to what I've read online. But I've got 2 holes, and I know one of them is for the oil drain, so I don't have to remove it when I'm draining the oil. And the other one is to, I believe, to drain the coolant in case I ever need to switch that out as well. Again, a couple reasons why I chose this, and I do like raw aluminum look on it as well. And the quality, again, top quality. So that's why I chose this particular one. Let me go ahead and walk through simple steps of installation. You want to make sure to pre-install the spacer. So when you remove the bracket, because it comes like this with these 4 screws, and then it comes with these spacers, and then you have the bracket that I slipped in here, pre-mounted. When you remove it, just remove the bracket and leave everything else as is, because these spacers are supposed to stay there, and they actually help keep the screws in place and make installation easier, as you could imagine, trying to line it up with this bracket as well. So that's important. The next step will be apply Loctite, and then I will install the 2 back screws in the back under in here. I can't get under there, using these 10mm bolts that come with the kit. So basically the 4 stock 8mm bolts that you remove, you don't need them, so I'm just going to put those away. So again, by installing these and hand tightening them, it'll hold the skid plate up high enough so I could easily try to work in the other 4 screws. So I'm going to do those next. I'm done with the installation. It looks great, nice and snug, nice tight fit. I'm glad I put that foam barrier in between. I think it'll make less noise. Nice protection in the front. These wings do a nice job protecting the radiator tube as well, so I think there's some really good protection there. Obviously anything up here, but at least this part where the pump is, we should be fine, and even on the other side as well. So I'm happy with it. I think it looks good. A couple tricks and recommendations. Again, like always, follow the directions. Read it ahead of time. But I did start the 2 back bolts that help the job, and they recommend you can tighten it a little bit to move the skid plate up, and then you can start the front 4 bolts. And just don't tighten them too much, because once you have the front 4 bolts in place, you want to then fully tighten the ones in the back, snug to factory specs. And then your final step is to tighten the 4 in the front, and they should be pretty snug up against the skid plate. And really happy with it. I think it looks great too. The other part I installed here, I didn't record this one because there's a good recording on it already, is the T-Rex luggage mount. And I'm really happy with this mount. It's solid, it's got an aluminum piece on top with grab bars, but also all kinds of sections that you can strap down, and the stock little case bolts in perfectly. They actually provide the hardware for it to do that as well. Very easy to install. Really happy with it, super sturdy. I can put a nice decent sized luggage on there, and looking forward to taking this bike out off-road. My next step will be handguards. Understanding it's tricky with the stock handlebars, I may need to buy aftermarket handlebars. Think about that one for a little bit. Heard of people being able to drill out. There's like a lug on the inside that doesn't let you put in the regular handguards. A lot of people are going to aftermarket bars. I might consider that, but that'll be my next step, because I definitely get good use of all the drops I do with my bigger bike, and I'm sure I'll have drops with this bike with where I'm headed. So hope that helps. If you like this, give it a thumbs up, and if you have a KLX 300, hope you're enjoying it. It's a great little bike.